Primeval Waters Part 29, so divine. Let's get into it. Now we're going to pull from the first book of Adam and Eve, The Forgotten Books of Eden by Rutherford Platt. Okay, chapter 1, verse 1. On the third day, God planted the garden in the east of the earth, on the border of the world eastward, beyond which, towards the sun rising, one finds nothing but water that encompasses the whole world and reaches the borders of heaven. Verse 2. And to the north of the garden there is a sea of water, clear and pure to taste, unlike anything else, and so that through the clearness thereof one may look into the depths of the earth. So at the Garden of Eden, you can look into the depths of the earth. Another way of saying that is at the magnetic North Pole, you have an entrance to hollow earth. And of course, in the Garden of Eden, you have the great tree in the center. And in the center, you also have the great whirlpool, or you can also call it the polar vortex. Okay, so you have the Aurora Borealis at the center of the North Pole, and then around the South Pole, you have the Aurora Australis. But this is where the sun makes its journey back home. Or as referenced in the books of Enoch, this place until the consummation of heaven and earth will be the prison of the stars and the host of heaven. And this is the place where Enoch witnessed the great fire in the sky. Or as he said in verse 11, this is where the waters were collected. Alright, where the waters were collected. And as mentioned in the book Invenio Fortunata, the Arctic explorer Nicholas Lind actually went to the magnetic North Pole, and he described the 4 waterways and the 4, he called them continents surrounding the water. And the center being like where the water was coming from, like a non-stop whirlpool. That same description can also be seen in a 15th century Mercator map, as seen here. Now, I feel as though we have a good amount of evidence here, but I would still like to add more receipts with your order out of chaos. Now we're going to tap into the book The Phantom of the Poles by William Reed. I would like to add for credibility, this book is the result of more than 7 Arctic explorers. So in my opinion, this is the epitome of a great source. And of course, as always, just pause to read these. And in chapter 1, the flattening of the earth at the poles. Why is the earth flat at the poles? Our school books teach us that the earth is round and flattened at the poles, but they do not tell us why. If the earth is solid, this question cannot be answered. If the earth is hollow, the question is easily answered, as it could not be hollow at the same time round. For the opening to the interior of the earth would detract from the roundness just in proportion to the size of the opening. A ball cannot be made round and have a hole in it. However small the hole, the ball is not round to the extent. I told you to pause to read, but I read the whole thing. Here's some more, pause to read. The further one advanced into the interior, the longer would be the night.